YouTube. We'll go back to another episode of the Lincoln Williams Show, where today I'm going to be talking about the top restaurants that you and probably you and your family or you and your wife should visit in McCall, Idaho. So I'm proud to present the top restaurants that you should visit here in McCall, Idaho. I lived in McCall, Idaho for at least what? I think I lived here since 2010, and it's been like 13 years since I lived here. So it's been pretty incredible. So I went to a lot of restaurants here in town. Um, but I haven't been to a lot of restaurants in a while. But I do remember their flavors and their overall taste and all that stuff. Um, so yeah, so these are the top 10 top restaurants that you should visit in McCall, Idaho. Let's dive right in. So we're gonna put these in categories. I'm gonna go from tiers from Mexican food and American food and Italian food. So yeah, so anyway, and then basically doing all tiers, basically. So um unfortunately the Chinese restaurant doesn't really exist here in town. So I can't really rank any uh, Chinese restaurants. So, anyways, the Chinese restaurant is no longer available here in McCall. So you'll probably have to get your Chinese needs from the deli um, at Albertsons and other, you know, other Chinese food related like stores basically. Um so yeah, so I'm going to be ranking them. So let's dive in to so these are going to be the top restaurants. So there's not going to be an overall restaurant that's going to be the winner. There's going to be multiple winners here. There's going to be multiple winners so that you like your favorite restaurant or my favorite restaurant um like gets you know quality top ratings by me. So this is a top 10 list. So I wanted to begin with this the top list, top restaurant list is I'm going to be ranking all the spots around town. So let's dive right into Mexican food. The Mexican food, I do love a good bean and cheese burrito and all that stuff. So I do love a good bean and cheese burrito, but uh, my my wife is trying to make me try new things. So possibly I'll try new things with her at these different restaurants here in town and all that stuff. But let's start off with number four. So there's going to be four different Mexican restaurants and one fast food chain in McCall. So I'll mention the fast food Mexican restaurant that we have here in McCall. So, anyways, um, so I want to begin with number four with Japala's. Japala's had good they were decent bean and cheese burritos. They were good, decent bean and cheese burritos. Little on the salty side for the sauce. But it was basically good. So it was good. I mean, it was decent, but I put it on number four. But they do have bean dip and they do have bean dip and um what do you call it? They do have bean dip and a salsa over at their place. That's what they're really offering at Chapala's. So yeah. So anyways, so that's Chapala's for number four. Now for number three, number three is going to be KB's burritos. KB's burritos is basically it's I mean it's a simple bean and cheese burrito. You got the beans and you got the cheese and you got a crisp tortilla. You got a really crisp tortilla basically. So that was basically it was basically overall good for my last visit like last night. Um yeah, so it was basically um good. It was basically great actually. It was better than my last visit because they had I think they had a bad batch of I think they had a bad batch of beans and I was like a little bit, I had bad breath and all that stuff, but it was you know. So yeah, I mean their bean and cheese burritos are basically, great over there. Um yeah, they're basically great. I would highly recommend it that you go to KB's burritos for Mexican food but that's the number three spot on my list. So what's number two? So technically the number two spot has to go to the number two spot has to go to Miners Grab and Go. Miners Grab and Go is one of the best, top notch fast food Mexican places here in McCall. It's one of the best fast food Mexican places here in McCall. It's one of the very best. Their bean and cheese burritos and their big meats are basically good. So they're yeah, so so that's number two, and my wife basically wants me to try all different kinds of foods in the place with that she works, basically. So she'll make me try all different kinds of foods instead of one food that I normally eat at Mexican restaurants. But anyways, yeah, so this time it comes with salsa in the burrito. It comes with a mild hot sauce and cheese and beans. But it almost it almost is very similar. It almost is very, very similar to Taco Bell. I mean, it's very, very similar to Taco Bell and all that stuff. So it's the number two spot. I mean, it was by I love their soda fountain there, and I love it's a gas station basically. It's not a restaurant, but it's a gas station, and they have one of the greatest snack bars, and then one of like a very good place to get snacks, and just weirdo snacks that I never even tried before, like really spicy chips and you know all and ice cream, and it's very very good. So I highly recommend that you go. I highly recommend that you go to Miners Grab and Go where my wife works. So it's it was it's basically it's basically good. So it's it's great actually. It's one of the greatest fast food joints that they'll prepare it within under 5 minutes to 10 minutes and all that stuff, and it gets the job done if you're if you're a hungry um, if you're a hungry worker out on the job, like a builder, and you want to get something quick and something um, efficient, and sometimes these burritos are really huge, but their bean and cheese burritos are basically like small and that stuff. So they're basically small, but some of their burritos, they're good. And the urban legend of their spiciest burrito is called the Butch. There's this one guy there's this one guy that ordered he wanted to make his burrito so spicy that they added like habanero sauce on top of it. I mean, I even tried it. My wife brought it home and I could not handle it. It was like that. It was so spicy and all that stuff. And it was basically like it was basically like large, but it was large and it was spicy. And I was like, man, this is so spicy and I couldn't handle it. And I'm Canadian. I can handle a little bit of spice, but not too much. So I'm Canadian. So that's the other thing there as well. Um, yeah, their food is good. They have 49er bowls, the prospector bowls, and that stuff. So they're pretty much good in the overall form factor. If you wanna like, learn more about um all these different kinds of foods like nachos and things like that, talk to my wife about it. Amelia Amelia Yassi on Facebook. So yeah, so she knows pretty much what's going on the menu and things like that. And so yeah, so she's probably an expert at miners grab and go. Is my wife Amelia Williams. So anyways, um now on to the number one in our Mexican category, which is number one. The number one spot, it has to be Pueblo Lindo and that stuff. Pueblo Lindo, it had the best bean and cheese burrito like on the planet, and if I ever moved, I would miss this restaurant so bad because of their bean and cheese burritos. And I usually order two, and they are decently big. That stuff. They come with rice, but I don't really usually order rice. I usually order a side of beans on the side, and it comes with a glaze of salsa, which is sweet salsa, basically. So it's basically sweet salsa, and their uh, their salsa is top notch. I mean, it's their salsa is just top notch, and their different kinds of food there. But I didn't have, and my parents always split a burrito uh, with um, shredded beef and all that stuff. So the number 12, I think was the number 12. So yeah, Pueblo Lindo is by far the best, but you do have to travel a little bit out there to get to it. But it's very good. I mean, it's very, very good. It's a little bit expensive, but it's very, very good. So Pueblo Lindo is top notch cheap. So Pueblo Lindo is our number one spot of the best Mexican food, top notch Mexican food in McCall. That's restaurant. But if you want to go fast food, if you want to go fast food, then there is yeah, mine is grab and go. So I'm just basing it on your overall preference. If you want fast food, Mexican food, or a restaurant style, which is you know, and KB's is still good too. So yeah, so the rankings are overall my overall pick, basically. So number one is Pueblo Lindo, takes the top spot, basically. So yep. And your bean and cheese is gonna come with like I think that your bean and cheese is gonna come with like a little bit of spice to it, I think. I don't really know. So it comes on a very hot it comes on a very hot plate. So yeah, it's very, very good. So I highly recommend that you try Pueblo Lindo and it's vast Mexican quality food. So anyways, now on to and now on to American and pastas, basically. American and Italian food. So what so what did so at number 4, let me check my map here. So at number 4, we have oh, what was it? Um now for yeah, so I'm trying to think. So at third third place. So third place on our American food is got to be oh, what was it? Growlers. Growlers is Growlers has all kinds of a different American food, with to burgers to pizza. One of the best one of the best spots, but I haven't been there in a while, so I don't know what they actually taste like. But I mean, it was good. I mean, I had their pizza and all that stuff, and their calzone, and their my parents had their calzone and all that stuff. Um, and it was basically good. Um, oh yeah, let's talk pizza joints. So the overall best pizza joint, um, I would have to say Krusty's is at number 4 because of their overall prices, but it's very top notch food. It's very, very top notch pizza. So it's basically good. So Growlers is number 4 because of their prices, and number 3 I would say Growlers, and is number 2. What would I give number 2? Toll Station. Toll Station Pizza is number 2. And number 1 is yeah, so number 2, Toll Station Pizza. They have mac and cheese pizza, which is pretty unique for all your mac and cheese lovers out there. So and they have pretty good pizzas, like the barbecue chicken pizza is pretty good. Um and at number 1, I would have to say for the best pizza joint is hometown pizza, basically, is hometown pizza. So, yeah, so that's the pizza. Hometown pizza is the best pizza in McCall. Basically, because of their buffalo chicken pizza. I love their buffalo chicken pizza. It's so very, very good. And it's one of the most unique. It almost tastes like a Mexican pizza, uh, almost. It's like it's got a little bit of a spice to it, but not too bad. No, it's it's, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, the buffalo chicken pizza is fantastic at hometown. I think you'll like it too. So, yeah, even my wife tried it before she went gluten free. It was basically, she thought it was decent and all that stuff. But I like it even more because of a little bit of spice in my life. So yeah, the spice in my life. So anyways, yeah, I mean, I highly recommend hometown pizza for pizza things. So now on to American food. So American food and Italian food, which is overall the best. For American food, we got Growlers at third place. Um, they got burgers, they got pizza. I don't know if they have I don't know if they have uh pasta or anything like that, but I'm not technically sure. Growlers is at third place. Second place, I think it would be um Toll Station. I think it would be Toll Station for second place. Um, so Toll Station has one of the best pastas around, which is the chicken parmesan the tortellini chicken, which is with chicken. The tortellini with chicken. It's so good. Basically, what it has is Parmesan cheese and um, white cheese, Alfredo sauce, and you know, oh, what was it? And tortellini. So it has tortellini chicken, uh, and it's Alfredo sauce with Parmesan. I mean, it's so good. They also have French dip, which I tried, which was pretty good. That stuff. So I tried the French dip one time. Um, and their pizzas are good, which I mentioned. So they're great and that stuff. So that so Toll Station is at number two, and at number one for the best American food and pasta has to go to Lardo's. Lardo's is one of the best spots for American and Italian food. Basically, they have one of the best, spaghettis ever. They have one of the best spaghettis there ever, and all that stuff. And yeah, even though my wife cooks top notch spaghetti nowadays, for if I'm going to a restaurant, I would go to Lardo's basically. So yeah, I would definitely go to Lardo's. But it's way out of town too, just like Pueblo Lindo is. So you'll need a car to, get there and that stuff. So Lardo's is basically it's very good. They have good chicken strips, and one of the most unique things about Lardo's is their lardo fries. Their lardo fries are like basically like a chip, and that stuff. So yeah, so yep. Well, yep. So yep. So Lardo's is so they have a lardo chip and their chicken strips with uh all different kinds of hot sauces and stuff like that. It's very good. So chicken strips with usually order chicken strips with Frank's Red Hot sauce and you know and stuff like that. Now another American food spot which I would highly recommend. Uh so second place, I think second place. So wait, so Growlers is number four. Toll Station is number. Oh wait, Growlers is number four. Uh, third place is um, third place is what was it? Oh yeah, Toll Station, and second place would be Frenchie's. Frenchie's has one of the best burgers known to man, and I love their chicken fry, which is a coleslaw um, and chicken and spicy hot sauce, and so it's a sandwich basically, and I really really love that. And their garlic fries are to die for. So so yeah, so that's second place and Lardo's is takes the number one spot on the American food restaurant list. I mean, it is a little bit expensive there too, so watch your guys' wallets. So okay, so yeah, yeah, so let's talk about food Food delis at Ridley's. Let's talk about food delis at Ridley's and Albertsons. Spoiler alert. Which one is better? It's my work that I go to, so which is Albertsons. Um, but Ridley's has some of the some decent food going there as well, like their pizza rolls, their taquitos, their chicken and cheese crispitos, and their chicken strips, and their small dish of mashed potatoes and gravy or mac and cheese. You can also get a salad there as well, so that's always a plus. Um, but the top-notch deli in McCall is probably Albertsons and all that stuff. So, um, yeah. So I usually like the Albertsons deli. I usually go for a salad there every like probably like once a week. Um, and I usually get all different kinds of drinks and all that stuff. So I usually get all different kinds of drinks, but I drink vitamin water and body armor and Powerades. Yeah. So Gatorades, they're a lot more salty. They have a lot more salt to them. And so I don't drink Gatorades. I do drink Powerades and Body Armor and while I'm on my lunch basically. So I do have salads and if you want to get fruity, then there's always their yogurt parfait cups, which is really really good for a fruity, healthy snack at lunch. So yeah, delis, Albertsons basically wins. They basically copied the mashed potatoes and gravy from like Ridley's, so they actually like got that. So I was like, yes. So I was like really, really happy about that. So yeah. So anyways, yeah, that basically includes so if you want Chinese food, you're probably gonna have to go to the Albertsons Deli for a decent meal of orange chicken and stuff like that. So or get some from the frozen section if you're planning on having Chinese. Um, like brunches. I think what was it? I think what was it? Um so yeah, anyways, so brunches, I would go with well, I never really been out to brunch before. Well, I had been not in a little bit, but it's been a while since I've been out to brunch. Um So I think the overall best brunch, I think would be Pay It Dreams and all that stuff. So Yeah, I think we'd be paid dreams for the best brunch. Um, but I think the brunchette is good, but I haven't been there. So yeah, I think paid dreams is good. Not stuff. So anyways, for a decent brunch. Um, anyway, is that it? Um, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I think that's basically it. What is the best ice cream place that you can go to? Probably Paid Dreams. I think it would be probably no. It's actually like Ice Cream Alley. Ice Cream Alley has the best ice cream there. Um, so yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? Ice Cream Alley is number one, and number two is number two is Paid Dreams, and number three is Sasquatch Sweets. So yeah. So yep. So that pretty much wraps it up, everybody. Sorry it was a long video, but I had to talk about all the different restaurants and places that you can go. What's the best coffee place in McCall? Um, the one over by the lake, they have pretty good, decent mochas. So I would rate them. Uh, th- well, actually, I have four places. Um, Fog Lifter. Fog Lifter has decent. Um, so Fog Lifter has different decent coffee and breakfast options. Uh, and the one over by the lake, I forget that what it's called. Um, but they have decent coffee. So if you're looking for coffee spots, Payet Dreams has also good coffee. Um, I went there with I went there with my wife on our first date. That stuff. So Payet Dreams. So I went there on my first date. So um on our first date. So Payet Dreams uh has good coffee and ice cream and that stuff. So but what the overall best coffee, I think it's over by Albertson. I think it's over by Albertsons. But it's not Starbucks. Um, the second most best coffee is that the second best coffee is over by Albertsons, over by Krusty's. So, anyways, so that's the second best and closest in my area. So, but the best coffee spot in McCall, I think it would be I think it would be Starbucks. But my parents want different variety as they go out for coffee. So yeah. So anyways, yeah, so I pretty much covered everything. I think everything. Except I couldn't cover Chinese or you know, except I couldn't cover Chinese food on this channel. Um, so because there's not a whole lot of Chinese food around McCall. There's one in Donnelly, which is decent. So so that was my overall pick. And Starbucks is has one of the best coffee and you know for breakfast options and that stuff. So I love it. So I love it. I love Starbucks. It's always been one of my favorites. Um, yeah, so that concludes our list. Make sure to write all these down on your notepad. So, anyways, YouTubers, sorry it was so long, but I had to cover all the restaurants, all the stuff and all the different things for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and all that stuff. So yeah. So anyways, YouTubers, hope you have a good night and hope you have a good night and I gotta go check on I gotta go check on my wife, make sure she's doing okay. So anyways, yep. So anyways, YouTubers, that concludes our top 10 tiers lists of the best fast food and restaurants in McCall. Of course, there's always Subway and 634. Oh, so the best sandwich shops, I think it would be 634 and oh, I forgot to do that. I forgot to mention 634 and Subway, which is known. So, yep. So 64 is decent. I usually have a peanut butter sandwich, and peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and a pizza over at 64. And Subway, my favorite thing to have over there is their meatball subs and their chicken and oh, what was it? Chicken bacon ranch, and uh, oh, uh, Italian herb and cheese with chicken bacon ranch sandwich, and with lettuce and mayo and ranch on it. So, yep. So that's one of my favorite foods to eat. So, anyways, sorry, YouTubers, that I'm actually boring you with all these food, different kinds of food choices and all that stuff. But that concludes this video. So, anyways, hope you enjoy this top restaurant lists here in McCall, Idaho, and I hope you visit these places. YouTubers, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys all later on the next episode of the Lincoln Williams Show. Um, all right, YouTubers, have a fantastic day, and I'll be back someday, YouTubers.